Hello and welcome. I am Gimba Umar. Tonight, the President meets with the leadership of the National Assembly to resolve the impasse in the 2016 budget. Senate steps down debate on petroleum industry bill to give lawmakers more time to study details of the proposed reforms. Managing Director of the Kaduna Refinery and Petrochemicals Company says that tomorrow the plant will resume daily production of 2 million litres of petrol. And trouble brews in South Africa as Nigerians and indigents are set to clash over alleged trading on narcotics.
And on business news tonight, the Central Securities Clearance System of the Nigerian capital market receives its certification in information security.
On sports news tonight, a British jury blames police failures for the deaths of 96 Liverpool soccer fans in the 1989 Hillsborough Stadium crash.
We begin with news just coming in that the President has met with the leadership of the National Assembly on the 2016 budget. The meeting had in attendance the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara. Also present were the Minister of Budget and National Planning, Mr. Udo Udoma. The leadership of the National Assembly and the Presidency have all agreed on the way forward on the process, saying that it will be completed and the budget signed in a matter of days. Committees have been set up by both arms of government to ensure the grey areas are resolved. Well, earlier today, the Speaker held a closed-door meeting with the President in Abuja. He left the presidential villa at about 2 p.m. after 30 minutes and was shielded by security operatives. State House correspondents were prevented from interacting with him as he left the villa. An official of the Presidency told the State House correspondents that the meeting did not hold because other principal members of the National Assembly, including the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, were absent. On Sunday, the spokesperson of the House of Representatives, Abdul Razak Namdas, said that members of the legislature will continue deliberations with the executive during the week to resolve some grey areas in the 2016 budget. In the meantime, the Senate has stepped down debate on the petroleum industry bill to allow lawmakers to study the details of the document. Debate on the PI bill was supposed to begin today. However, the Senate Minority Leader expressed concerns that lawmakers have not been given sufficient time to analyze the proposed reforms.
It's the resumption of legislative proceedings in the Senate for the week. Federal lawmakers in the upper chamber begin the process of working on the much-anticipated petroleum industry bill. The delay in the passage of the PIB has denied the country of huge investment opportunities in the oil and gas sector. A lawmaker from the ruling party proceeds with the lead debate on the PIB.
The bill seeks to transform the Nigerian oil and gas landscape by providing for an efficient and effective governance and institutional framework for the industry with clear separation between policy, regulatory and commercial institutions. The main objectives of the bill are: A, to create efficient and effective institutions with clear and separate roles for the petroleum industry.
Rather than proceeding with debating the PIB, two federal lawmakers make some observations.
The petroleum industry bill is such an important bill that will affect every family in this country and will affect even the budget of the federal government that we are doing today. It is not the kind of bill that we can stay here and gloss over and then allow somebody to do a lead debate without some senators having the bill in their hands. It is something we must study and go and make our own input. I think it's an exercise in futility for my brother to do a lead debate when the bill is not circulated to senators.
The PIB was an executive bill submitted to this chamber, and as an executive bill it was submitted wholly as one bill to be considered wholly and thoroughly. To my greatest surprise, the presenter here is telling us that he has separated the bills into parts and pieces to be considered. I don't know where he drew that authority from.
The Senate President responds.
Definitely the bill was distributed. But what we'll do, listen, the deal was definitely distributed. It was distributed on Thursday. No, because they don't have the journal. It was definitely distributed. But I'm sure in order to give them time to retrieve what was distributed on Thursday, we'll step it down so that they can go and get the document that was distributed. And also we observe that the financial compendium is not there. That also gives in time to do the two issues. This bill that is being presented by Senator Lachia is a different bill completely, and being presented by a member bill and can come in anyway. It is not an amendment. There's no bill before us from the executive.
Debate on the PIB is expected to commence on Wednesday, April 27th. Linda Akibe, Channels Television News.
Supporters and opponents of the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, today stormed the National Assembly as lawmakers resumed legislative proceedings. One group alleged that the executive arm of government is witch-hunting the Senate President because he emerged as leader of the upper legislative chamber against the dictates of the APC. However, another group of protesters are demanding that the Senate President steps down following allegations of false declaration of assets.
The entrance of a National Assembly has not seen this level of activities in months. Different placard-carrying groups marching to the National Assembly demanding that their voices be heard. But the protesters were not allowed to proceed beyond the main gate of the National Assembly. Undeterred, this group is protesting against the trial of a Senate President Bukola Saraki at the Code of Conduct Tribunal.
What we see in this contrived fight against corruption is nothing but a mere witch hunt. The way and manner this President of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is being needlessly persecuted. We are very much aware of the circumstances that surrounded the emergence of Dr. Bukola Saraki as Senate President. Indeed, those circumstances will make it clear that the legislature was on the pathway of independence.
The second group is here with a different agenda. They have an axe to grind with the National Assembly.
They didn't give us our budget clean without any constituency projects. One. Then two, let them open up their books. We want to know what is the National Assembly budget. Three, and most importantly, let them return those cars. They don't need those cars. Our only issue with the Senate is, in this world, if you have a corruption case all over the world, what are you supposed to do? To protect your office, what do? You resign. And let the office, let the court decide if you are guilty or not. If he doesn't want to resign, it's his business. But we feel against the Nigerian ethics. It's against global ethics.
Reacting to the protest, Senate leader Alim Dume described the anti-Saraki protest as a dangerous precedent.
You can't come here and say you are civil right, human rights, this thing. Which human right? Or civil this thing, and then you start saying people should donate and that they should drive these idiots, calling us all sorts of names. You know, it doesn't work that way. There is a democratic process. The only difference in democracy and autocracy and the military is this institution. So when some people come and you people think that it is something that you should even listen to them, it's very unfortunate. Supposing this Senate is occupied, then where is the democracy?
In the meantime, the protesters say they will lay siege at the National Assembly for the next 4 days. Linda Akibe, Channels Television News.
In the meantime, the House of Representatives has mandated the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Solomon Arase, to immediately conduct a thorough investigation into the Enugu attack, which is said to have led to killings of dozens of people and the destruction of property worth millions of naira. In a motion that enjoyed popular support, the House says that the police chief must ensure the perpetrators are brought to justice. The House is also inviting the Director General of the Department of State Security Service to appear and brief the lawmakers on the rising cases of unidentified herdsmen causing mayhem in the country. The sponsor of the motion, Honorable Chukwuemeka Ujam, warned that if drastic measures are not taken, the incident could happen again.
It's been one report after the other communities attacked by suspected Fulani herdsmen. Attacks that have left many dead, others injured, and buildings destroyed. The Deputy Senate President, coming through a point of order, informs the Senate of another attack in Enugu State.
Over 50 persons were killed in the earlier hours of yesterday at Ozo-1 in Enugu State, Ozo-1 local government in Enugu State. We had about 2,000 people that were displaced. And of course, over 100 people were injured. Houses were burned, including churches.
The lawmaker reminded lawmakers that the Senate had asked the committees on agriculture and national intelligence to hold a public hearing to find solutions to the frequent clashes between Fulani herdsmen and farmers in several communities in the country.
I recall that in my contribution, I suggested that the Committee on Agriculture and Rural Development and National Security and Intelligence do conduct a public hearing on this matter with a view to articulating a lasting solution to the problem. Up till now, that public hearing have not started.
A similar motion was considered in the House of Representatives. Representative Chukwemeka Ujem, who raised the motion, warned that if drastic measures are not taken, the incident is likely to reoccur.
That the incidence of herdsmen invasion is no longer news in Nigeria. From the recent sad news at Agatu Benue State to Taraba, to Ondo, and now Enugu State. It is now becoming a recurrent event that threatens the peace and security of this great nation, depriving citizens of their right to life and safety of their property, guaranteed by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
In its resolution on the matter, the House mandated the Inspector General of Police to immediately conduct a thorough investigation into the attack. The House has also invited the Director General of the Department of State Security to explain the rising cases of unidentified herdsmen causing mayhem in the country. Lanre Lasese, Channels Television News.
In part two, after the break, Nigeria police set to restore civil rule in liberated communities as Boko Haram gets new uniforms. Stay with us.